Greetings, YouTube. I hope your crystal openings are going well today, particularly those of you who went for the uncollected and or Cavalier early access featured deals for Mysterio. But for now, in the hype and in the kind of blur of these new deals, it can be easy to miss this message, which truly is, at least in my mind, a welcome addition to the changes for Alliance War seasons. My alliance is still not participating in Season 11, and I couldn't be happier about that. But I am hearing kind of mixed reviews, certainly depending on how you just did with your Seasons 10 rewards openings, regarding your excitement for the new season. At least the rewards are going to be better, though maybe not as good as some people would have hoped they would be. I do think those of you who are disappointed in the Season 10 Alliance War Crystals RNG will be, or at least should be, much happier with the new RNG of the buffed Seasons Crystals from Season 11 and beyond. But one of the biggest complaints, if you don't know about this, that I have heard for months now, and it seemed to be such a no-brainer thing to fix, was sandbagging in the offseason. So what that means is that people will either place like 2-star or 3-star defenders, or they just flat out won't place any defenders. Or they'll place defenders, but they won't actually try to attack. This means that they will sandbag, quote unquote, and throw the Alliance War to lower their rating, which in theory will get them easier matches when the actual season starts on, in this case, July 31st. So sandbagging is just really annoying, and I guess the counter argument is shut up and just take your free rewards. But it can be an unfair advantage to those people who successfully do the sandbagging where you should be like a top of your tier, but instead you're still in the tier, but you're at the very bottom. And so you're going to have, just be honest, easier matches when you start that Alliance War season, because you've got people who are maybe placing, rank 4 5 stars, and your defense is mostly 6 stars, and rank 5 stars, etc. But Kabam finally, in an effort to actually decrease this process and not only disincentivize it, but just flat out shut it down, at least for the top tiers, has announced today, the same time that we got everything else announced. We wish to inform you that during off seasons, we will be locking war rating for alliances in tiers 1 through 5 and reducing the amount of war rating that alliances in tiers 6 through 9 can increase or decrease. I don't know why there's a difference of strategy between tiers 6 through 9 versus 1 through 5. It seems like the no-brainer thing to do is just to lock war rating for all tiers, but who knows, it's kabam. This change will be effective as of this offseason and is being done to allow a consistent and fair playing experience for our summoners and alliance matchmaking. Prepare yourself for an all-out war. Alliance War Season 11 begin July 31st. Thank you for playing Marvel Contest of Champions, the game team. It's always crazy to me because when it comes to sandbagging, it shouldn't make a difference in terms of, this should have just been what it was in the beginning. It's not like, say, in the NFL and professional American football, whenever you're doing preseason games or scrimmages, they just don't count. In soccer or football, they're called friendlies, right? So you can have a friendly with a competitive environment that has no effect on your regular season record. The fact that for so many months they allowed that to be the case was just dumb, and maybe it's because they didn't want to take the time to figure out how to freeze the rating like they have now, but it was just a very curious and confusing process, because that, along with, say, the top 4 / the two things that still make no sense when you're doing alliance help, the fact that it's 2019 and we have all these changes, but there's still no help all button, that literally makes no sense. And of course, as I'm trying to show it, my game is refusing. There we go. The fact that there's still a help for, not a help all, so frustrating, right? Makes literally no sense. And then on top of that, I just want to say, because I promised some subscribers I would talk about this, another thing that hasn't made a lot of sense yet is that we saw on this row briefly an on sale button. I do think that's probably going to be the future home of where discounted featured items will be, and they probably just don't want it to get lost in the shuffle of the main store. But at the same time, it was a little confusing. So yeah, that was touched on as well. But I have touched on both the featured items and also the help all, which is another continued complaint that I see, I don't know, every month. But yeah, what do you think about sandbagging being gone? Comment below, let me know. And as always, thank you for watching and supporting my Marvel Contest of Champions YouTube channel.